What's up, everybody? My Sports here. It's your boy Marshall, and today we're gonna be making a YouTube video. We're doing college football predictions week number 2. Because let's freaking do this. Because college football's off to a chaotic start this year. A lot of upsets happening, like Georgia Tech over Florida State. Who else? USC over LSU. I'd say was an upset. Boston College over Florida State. Yeah, Florida State just sucks. Yeah, a lot of unpredictable stuff to start the year. So yeah, I guess Notre Dame upset, and I don't know if we really call it an upset. But anyways, today we're doing week 2 predictions. And we're gonna start with FCS, so we're gonna make our way down to FBS. So we're gonna go kind of quick through some of these, just because last week was a really long video. It was 1 hour and 15 minutes. So I'll try to not make it as long this time. But before we get started, here are the teams are an off week: Dayton, Delaware State, Florida State's on an off week, probably need it at this point, and Hawaii, Louisiana Tech, Miami, Ohio, New Mexico, Purdue, and UCLA are all on off weeks. So that's why I don't see them. If you don't see them, that's why. Anyways, let's freaking do this. Let's start with the Friday slate of FCS games. Western Illinois versus Illinois. Isn't this like the second cupcake Indiana has? Anyways, I'm going to go Indiana to win this one. I know they're not the best Big Ten team, but still, I think they'll win it. 94% also go with them. So, yeah. Now, the road out of Minnesota. Minnesota just lost to, big voice crack, sorry. They just lost to North Carolina, despite North Carolina's quarterback getting injured, which is Max Johnson, who used to be at LSU. He wasn't very good at LSU, but maybe he's improved since then. But unfortunately, we can't see it this year, so yeah. But Rhode Island, I mean, I guess the stats are better, or the passing stats are better, and the receipt, yeah. But I think Minnesota will cover against them. I think Minnesota will get their cupcake. 92% go with them as well. So, yeah. Georgetown versus Marist. This is 2 FCS teams facing off against each other. I'm going to go with Georgetown to win this one. I have no clue. 39% also go with Georgetown, minority, but still. We'll see. Marist can win it too. But Georgetown, is it Georgetown a basketball school? Yeah. I think Georgetown just be warmed up at that point, yeah. Wagner versus Lehigh. I remember Lehigh played Armies, and Wagner, I guess they're... Yeah, I'm going to go Wagner. Actually, no, I'm going to go Lehigh to win this game. And 77% go Lehigh as well. So, yeah. South Carolina versus the Citadel. I don't really know much about any of these teams. I'm going to go with the Citadel to win this one. 81% go with it. The Citadel, but South Carolina State obviously can win it too. Merrimack versus UConn. Merrimack, just a lot of these cupcake weeks for FBS teams. I'm going to go UConn to win this one. 93% say so as well. I know UConn's not in a conference, but still, at least in football, they're not in a conference. They used to be in the Big East, I believe, back in the day when that still existed. Yeah. Lafayette versus Monmouth. Monmouth. Yes, I probably made a Heban reference last week as well. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Monmouth. Actually, wait. Hold up. Well, I guess Lafayette just played an FBS team, so I'm gonna go with Lafayette. 77% also go with Lafayette. So yeah. McNeese versus Texas A&M. Cupcake week for Texas A&M. McNeese, didn't they have Ed Orgeron's son as the quarterback at one point? I think he was, because I remember Ed Orgeron played him. So I'm going to go A&M. 93% also go with Texas A&M. So yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just double checking something. But, yeah. Moving on to Campbell versus Western Carolina. I'm going to go with Western Carolina. 93% go with that as well. So I just don't know as much about these FCS teams as I should. I should know. I should know more. Honestly, I should know more about these. I should know more about these FCS teams. Yeah. Shoot. Here we go. St. Anselm versus Sacred Heart. I'm going to go with Sacred Heart. 96% go with them. Yeah, St. Anselm doesn't have a very good record, so yeah. Bucknell. Yeah. Bucknell versus Virginia Military. I want to go Virginia Military to win this one. 81% go with them as well, so yeah. Tennessee Tech versus Georgia. That's easy. Yes, they might not show up for the first half, but who knows? I'm going to go Georgia. 92% go Georgia. That's a cupcake for Georgia. I feel really bad for Tennessee Tech, but they get paid, so what do I know? Missouri State, and look who finally decided to show up. Ball State in their first game of the season. I mean, honestly, I could see Missouri State winning this game just because they're all warmed up by now, and Ball State hasn't played yet this season. I'm going to go Ball State, 88%. Also go with Ball State. So, I don't know. Is it Ball State and the MAC? I think they are. Another FBS. I think they're New Hampshire versus Holy Cross. I'm going to go with Holy Cross to win this one. 89% go with them as well. Almost said Holy Cross on accident. Let's see. Valparaiso versus Youngstown State. I'm going to go Youngstown State. 95% go with them as well. Northern Iowa versus St. Thomas in Minnesota. I'll go St. Thomas. Actually, yeah. I'll go St. Thomas. 33% go with them as well. Northern Iowa could obviously win that one too. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go Northern Iowa. So just these FCS teams I don't know as much about. I know I said it already, but still. St. Francis versus Kent State. Didn't Kent State score a lot of points on Pitt? Dang, 24 points. Yeah, their defense wasn't as good, but still. How the heck do they, actually play decent for a group of 5 school against a big school? How the heck did they play actually decent against a Power 5 school, or Power 4 school now, but then they, lose all their other games to, group of 5s? I'll go Kent State, 93% go with Kent State as well. Yeah. They had Georgia, played good, solid against Georgia 2 years ago. UT Tech versus UNLV. UNLV just beat Houston last week. They killed them. They beat them by a lot. They covered it. They weren't messing around either. And Houston's is a power 4 school now, because they're in the Big 12 now. I'll go UNLV, 95% go. UNLV, if they keep that streak going, they could be that group of 5 school that represents in the playoffs. You never know. Mercer versus Bethune-Cookman. I remember Mercer freaking got destroyed by who is it? Ole Miss. Yeah, I don't know Mercer. 87% go Mercer as well. I remember there's a Matt Mitchell script where Matt Mitchell roll call. So it was he was yelling for mercy. No, I'm sure that was Mercer. I love Matt Mitchell, bro, and I get to finally watch roll call live this year. Duke Cuisine versus Boston College. Hey man, Boston College has Bill O'Brien as a coach. I know he has a bad rap in the NFL, but I think he'll do decent in college football. I'm gonna go Boston College. 94% go with him as well. South Dakota versus Wisconsin. Isn't South Dakota a good FCS team? Or might be thinking of a different one. But South Dakota versus Wisconsin. I guess I'm going to go Wisconsin. 92% go with them as well. Wisconsin could be a decent team this year. Yeah. They'll probably get they were in the ReliaQuest Bowl last year against LSU. They almost beat them too. Yeah, anyways. Idaho versus Wyoming. Hey man, Idaho showed up against Oregon last week. So, Idaho could win it. And Wyoming, they lost to Arizona State. You know what? Nah, frick it. I could see Idaho winning this game. I'm going to go Wyoming. I said 5% go Wyoming as well. So, yeah. Wofford versus, or Wofford. Woof. It's probably woof. Wofford versus Richmond. I remember Wofford play LSU in baseball earlier this year in playoffs. Isn't Richmond a good FCS team? Yeah, I'm gonna go Richmond. 88% go with Richmond as well. Yeah. Tennessee State versus North Dakota State. North Dakota State actually put up a good fight against Colorado State. So I'm gonna give it to them. 89% go with North Dakota State as well. Probably a little bit more lopsided. I don't know. Stonehill versus Stony Brook. The Battle of the Stones. Imagine put an R at the end. The Battle of the Stoners. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna go with Wait. What the heck? Yeah. I'm actually gonna go. Stony Brook's lost a lot of games, so I'm gonna go with Stonehill. I know only 11% go with them, but why not? Central Washington versus San Diego. I don't even know. Wow, Central Washington's lost a lot of games. Okay, I'm going to go San Diego. 95% also go with San Diego. Virginia State. Well, Virginia State versus Norfolk State. Didn't Norfolk State play a group of or Power Four school last week? No, not or it's FBS team. Sorry, they got killed. Damn. But let's see. Is that wait Jaden Daniels? Jalen Daniels. How many freaking J Daniels? There's Jaden Daniels, Jalen Daniels, Jaylon Daniels from the from Kansas. You also have freaking CJ Daniels, JT Daniels. So many Daniels, bro. My favorite one's Jaden Daniels. Because, I'm an LSU fan. He won the freaking Heisman. So, yeah. Anyways, what the heck? Actually, Speed got arrested? I don't know. I'll go Norfolk State. 90% go Norfolk State. I think they finally. Although, Virginia State won against. Why is it? I don't even know. I'll go Norfolk State. 90% go with them. That's all. That's a weird. I mean, error. I don't know. Franklin Pierce versus Bryant. Franklin Pierce has like one game on here and they got shut out. So I'm going to go Bryant. 94% go with Bryant. Bro, there's that. I forgot. I think it was North American University. So I forgot what it's called. Dude, the team SFA played last week. They're horrible, bro. They don't even know how to play football. I'm not even joking. They got scored 70-0 at halftime, bro. It was 70-0 at halftime. It was so bad they had to shorten the quarters, which is crazy. Yeah, anyways. Uva Wise versus English to Josh Wise, anyways, versus East Tennessee State. Lots of losses on here for each of them, but East Tennessee State has a win against the Citadel, so let's go with them. 94%, so go with them as well. Florida A&M versus Miami, Florida. Florida A&M is good for. Florida A&M is good for their league. Like aren't they HBCU? I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're FCS, yeah, but they're a really good team for where they are, like for what league they're in. Miami, Florida's looking like a good team this year, so I'm going to go with them. I think Miami at this point is going to win the ACC because Florida State sucks. Clemson did not play good against Georgia, and yeah, and 90% go with Miami as well. Although Miami played Florida, and Florida's not that good, so like Florida Gators. Anyways, 90% go with Miami. Yeah. Shoot. Albany versus West Virginia. West Virginia. Albany's won a good amount of games, but West Virginia is a Power 5, Power 4 school, so I'll go with the 95% go with West Virginia. So, yeah. I know it was a little bit disappointing for the fight they put up last week against Penn State, but I think they'll still cover against Albany. Western Oregon versus Idaho State. My God, that's a lot of losses, but screw it, I'm going to go Idaho State. 90% go with them. Dang, that's a lot of losses, though. Golly. Kai Christian, I assume means Kentucky Christian, versus Morehead State. Morehead State's one game. Kai Christian has lost a lot against Morehead State, bruh. Morehead State, 96% go with them as well. Kai Sinat, his middle name is Sinat. Kai Sinat Christian. Let's see. Villanova versus Colgate. Villanova basketball, sorry. Then Colgate, the toothpaste school, I guess. I'll go Villanova. 90% go with Villanova as well. So, yeah. Charleston, South Carolina. Or, excuse me, Charleston South. I don't even know. Versus Furman. Okay, let me get to this. Okay. Charleston South barely lost to Citadel. Furman led. Ole Miss scores 76 points on them. My God. That's a lot of points. I'm going to go Furman, though. I think they put that Power Force opponent experience should help them a little bit, even though they never did anything against them. So, yeah, but 92% go with them. So, yeah, maybe Villanova, Furman can bounce back after a horrible loss last week. Miles versus Alabama State. I'm going to go Alabama State. 95% go with them as well. So, yeah. Gardner Webb versus James Madison. Gardner Webb barely lost to Wofford, but they won some game. But James Madison, they were good last year. I mean, they lost against App State was their first loss last year. They lost to Air Force in the bowl game. JMU, I mean, I don't think they're going to be that group of high school to represent, but I think they can win some games. I was going to go with them. 96% go with JMU as well. So, yeah. I heard they got denied bowl eligibility last year, I think, or something like that. Fordham at 1 point. Fordham versus Central Connecticut State. That's a lot of losses. I'll go Fordham. 67% go with them as well. So, yeah. Edinburgh versus Robert Morris. Robert Morris had a heck of an interception last week. That went viral. That was crazy, bro. That was amazing. But I'm gonna go with them. 94% go with Robert Morris as well. So yeah. Morgan State versus Towson. I'm gonna go Morgan. No, frick. Towson. 85% go with Towson. I almost said Oregon State on accident. 85% go with Towson. No, I'm gonna go with Towson as well. Virginia Union versus Hampton. Sorry, I'm just checking something. I literally have no. There's only 4 games on here, so I'm gonna go with Hampton. 95% go with the hotel school, Hampton. Elon versus NC Central. Elon just played Duke last week, and Duke barely beat them. Or well, I don't know about that, but like they got killed against. Although I expected Duke's offense to be better, but what do I know? I'll go North Carolina Central. It beat ALST. I think it's Alabama State, if I'm not mistaken, by 7 points. 87% go to NC Central. I'll go with them as well. So yeah. Warner Southern versus Stetson. Warner Southern. If they don't have a logo, that's a red flag. Oh my god. Man, SFA just loves to kill teams. Holy cow. Oh my god. We got another North American type team. By the team North American. 98 points? Oh my god. That is ridiculous. Bro, I can't imagine how it gets like Georgia or something. I'm going to go Stetson because literally they've lost the game 98-0. That makes North Americans, that makes the last SFA blowout look respectable. Or North Americans blowout SFA look respectable. Stetson wins it. 94% also go with Stetson. Plus Stetson Bennett. Although he doesn't own a university. Cal Poly versus Stanford. Stanford barely had a close loss against TCU last week, but I think they'll rebound against a cupcake school that hasn't won a game in a while, I guess. But I'll go Stanford. 93% go Stanford as well. Yeah. Sam from Stanford to Samford versus Florida. Okay, normally this would be a cupcake, which I guess I could. But Samford scored a lot of points on Florida like 3 years ago. And Stanford could come back and freaking eat them up, man. No pun intended, because, the dog and they eat stuff. Florida, Stanford can come back and if Stanford's defense improves, they could legit beat Florida, bro. I'm going to go Florida, 93% go with them. A little surprised it's lopsided because, what happened a few years ago. But yeah. Texas Southern versus Rice. Texas Southern has some close losses, but they had some good wins. Rice, I think being an FBS team will help them. I'm going to go Rice. I lost to Sam Houston last week, but I think they'll rebound. Now, 89% go with Rice. Yeah. Northern Colorado versus Colorado State. That's a lot of losses. Northern Colorado. Colorado State, I know they got killed by Texas last week, but I'll go with them. Colorado State to win this one. 94% go with Colorado State as well. So, yeah, that's who I'm going with. Southeast Louisiana versus Southern Mississippi. That's not Tulane's logo. Yes, I know Southern Mississippi got killed by Kentucky in a rain impacted event, like a storm impacted. I'm gonna go with Southern Mississippi to win this one. They're the FBS team after all. I think they usually have the advantage. 93% go with them as well. Yeah. Drake versus Eastern Washington. Drake, only 3 games, and the ones are losses against killed against North Dakota. They have some wins on here. Eastern Washington, I think they win. They won against Monmouth. I don't freaking know how to pronounce it. 92% go with Eastern Washington, and I go with them as well. So, Indiana State versus Eastern Illinois. Indiana State, they have some losses. Eastern Illinois lost to Illinois. I think they got killed, though. But I think they'll win. 86% go with Eastern Illinois. I think that's who I'm going with as well. Mercyhurst versus Howard. Howard played Rutgers last week, and they got absolutely murdered. Well, I don't know about absolutely murdered. Like they got killed basically. Murder is like a step higher, in my opinion, if we're talking football. Mercyhurst is one game. It's 2025 victory. Who knows? Howard, I think I'm going to win it. 91% go with them as well. Yeah, I already do right. All right, 91%. That's what I'm going with the win, which is Howard. Winston-Salem versus North Carolina A&T. That's a lot of losses. So I'm just going to go with the home team here. NC A&T wins it. 93% also think they're going to win it. So, yeah. Southern Illinois versus Austin P. Southern Illinois lost to BYU. They lost to Idaho. They got some wins against Nichols, which LSU's playing this week. Indiana State, and they lost to North Dakota State. Austin P, though, they got killed by Louisville, but I think they're going to win against. So only 70%. 70% go with them. I go with Austin P as well. Butler versus Murray State. Butler won last week against UIU. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, and then Murray State got killed by Darth Miz, as Matt Mitchell calls it, which is Missouri. I'm going to go with Butler just because Murray State's lost way more games. 70% as well. Holy cow, a lot of 70%. Tennessee, yeah, I'm going to go with Butler. Tennessee Martin versus Southeast Missouri State. Both lost to FBS teams, although Southeastern Missouri State had a chance against the same team that beat Auburn last year. And Tennessee Martin basically got killed by Kansas State. I'm going to go Southeastern Missouri State, 86%. Also go with them. So, yeah. Prairie A&M versus Northwestern State. Prairie A&M, I mean, they lost to Texas Southern, Florida A&M. And to Northwestern State, I remember LSU playing them. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go Prairie A&M, 78% also go with them. So, yeah. Tuskegee versus Grambling State. Lucky for you, Grambling, you're not playing LSU in week 2 again. How do you tie in college football? Tuskegee's lost a lot against Grambling though. They've lost a lot of games too, but they have more wins at this point in the last few games. Grambling State, 94% also go with Grambling. So yeah. A lot of 6 p.m. games, my God. Lane versus Jackson State. I actually had Jackson State winning against UL Monroe, but UL Monroe beat them. Lane, though, I mean, they've only won the last 5 games. So some of them against the same opponent. But anyways, I'll go Jackson State. 94% also go with them as well, yeah. Savannah versus Southern. Hey, another team that got killed by LSU in week 2. Yeah. Savannah State. Lots of action going on in Baton Rouge this weekend. LSU and Southern play at the same time. Anyways, Savannah State, a lot of losses, but Southern, they've had some losses, but they've beat Grambling. I'm going to go with Southern. 94% let's go with Southern. Yeah. Catawba? I don't freaking know how to pronounce that. Versus Davidson. Yeah, there's only 4 games, but they've won. But I'm going to go with Davidson. 95% go with Davidson. So, yeah. Eastern Kentucky versus Western Kentucky. A little cross-state matchup right here. Western Kentucky got killed by... They both got killed by SEC teams. Eastern Kentucky got killed by Mississippi State, and Western Kentucky got killed by Alabama. But Western Kentucky, they have TJ Finley, their quarterback, former LSU, Auburn, and Texas State quarterback. So, yeah, I'm going to go Western Kentucky, 94%. So them. Yeah. Illinois State versus North Alabama. Illinois State lost... Let Iowa score 40 points. Oh, my God. Oh, and literally the exact same score. North Alabama lost to Memphis. I'm going to go with... No. I'm going to go Illinois State just because they played a Power 5 school. Or Power 4, sorry. Memphis is probably the closest group of... Memphis is close to Power 5 stats. Power 4 stats, in my opinion. Sorry, I'm so used to call it Power 5. But I feel like just Illinois State would be... I would say one more game. So. But 85% still go Illinois State. So, yeah. Montana versus North Dakota. 2 FCS teams right here. I think they're out in the north. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Montana win this one. I think could be close though. 71% go with Montana. Incarnate Word, I think they're from Texas, versus South Dakota State. South Dakota State, I know they got killed by. I know they lost to Oklahoma State by 3 scores, but aren't they the FCS reigning champion? Or Incarnate Word won last week. But I'm gonna go at South Dakota State. 88% go with them as well. Kentucky versus Alabama A&M. Kentucky State. Sorry, they lost to Dayton. Kentucky State lost to Dayton. Alabama A&M got killed by Auburn. Alabama scored 73 points. You let Hugh Freeze score 73 points. How dare you? Anyways, I'm with Alabama A&M. 96% go with them as well. Yeah, it's YouTube. It's the TV channels. YouTube. All right. Central Arkansas versus Lindenwood. Central Arkansas barely lost to Arkansas State last week. Lindenwood got killed by Kansas. I'm actually gonna go Central Arkansas here. 43% go with them, so it's very, very split. So yeah. Bro, all these 6 p.m. games, man. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Okay, moving on. William and Mary versus Coastal Carolina. I think isn't William Mary a good basketball? Coastal Carolina, they beat Jacksonville State up last week. I'll go with them to win. 94% go with Coastal Carolina as well. That's what I'm picking. Coastal Carolina. Chattanooga versus Georgia State. Chattanooga got killed by Tennessee last week. They scored 69 nice points. And then Georgia State lost to Georgia Tech. So I'm actually gonna go Georgia State. And 90% also go Georgia State. Could be a closer game than people expect, but who knows? I'll go Georgia State. 90% also go with. Yeah. Mississippi Valley State versus Lamar. Lamar, I think, is from Texas as well. Lots of losses for both these teams, but Lamar has more wins in the last 5 games. I'm going to Lamar. 93% go with Lamar as well. Yeah. Tarleton State versus Houston Christian. Tarleton State, I mean, they're good. I mean, they're going to FCS, but they lost. I know they got killed by Baylor, and Houston Christian both got killed by. And Houston Christian got killed by SMU. Almost said Summit. That's a high school in Mansfield. Houston Christian lost to SMU last week. I'm gonna go Tarleton State. I've actually been in the stadium before twice. I probably said that a billion times. 88% go Tarleton State as well. So yeah. Warning. There's a team without a logo on here. Presbyterian versus Erskine or what the Sigma Sky? Okay, sorry for the brain rot. No games listed for Erskine, so that's a automatic red flag. And Presbyterian always won one game in the last 5. I'll go with them still. I'll go with Presbyterian. And 92% also go with them as well. So yeah, wait. Now, hold up. Wait. All right, yeah, we're good. All right, 6:30 games now. Let's go back up to my favorite FCS matchup of the week, because my team's winning it. We got Nichols versus LSU. I don't have to look at the record, bro. Nichols, they barely lost Louisiana Tech last week, and LSU had played a great game against USC, just came up short in the end. Let USC score. Kind of raged after, but it is what it is. LSU think will rebound. It's their yearly FCS slander. They'll get the cupcake without any problem. I'll go LSU, and 95% also go with LSU as well. Nichols get ready to join the victim list with Southern and Grambling State, and probably others too. Hold up. Alcorn State versus Vanderbilt. Hey, man. Okay, Alcorn State lost to UAB last week. Hey, man. Vanderbilt freaking beat the team that was some people favored as the ACC champion. Which, that's another team that's not going to the ACC championship at this point. Vanderbilt might actually be bowl eligible this year. You never know. I'm going to go with Vanderbilt. 94% to go with them as well. So, yeah. Stephen F. Austin versus North Texas. Stephen F. Austin... They murdered North American last week. Man, I just talked about it. That is short in the quarters because they were up 70-0 at half, 70-0, 7-0 at halftime. Like, my God, bro. In North Texas, that game's actually right across the street from me. Though I'll be at homecoming this weekend of the homecoming dance. Because yes, homecoming's already happening, even though it's like way early in the year. SFA, I know they killed North American University last week, but North Texas, I think they'll win. They're the FBS team after all. And they beat North Alabama, so I'm going to go with North Texas. 92% to go them as well, so yeah. LIU Brooklyn versus TCU. Does that mean Long Island University? TCU actually. So TCU won their first game of the season. After last season, they had a disappointing season, going 5-7. But a lot of people said they're going to bounce back this season. I'm not saying that, I don't think they're going to go like 12-0 again, but they could be like an 8-4 team. You never know. LIU Brooklyn. I mean, aren't they? I always ask for some of these FCS teams. Are they popular in basketball? Yeah. By the way, shout out to Jack Besh for putting up a heck of a performance last week. Well, I guess, yeah, because he used to be on LSU. So, yeah, anyways, I'm going to go with TCU. 95% go with TCU as well. Actually, that game is really close to me, too. That's the closest FBS matchup happening for me. Yeah. Because TCU is the closest FBS team to, no, sorry. Power 4. TCU's the closest Power 4 matchup that's happening because they're the closest Power 4 school for me. So, yeah. It's them and then SMU is like second closest. Anyways, Maine versus Montana. Maine won their last game against Colgate and Montana State. Montana State, they literally beat freaking New Mexico last week, or 2 weeks, or in week 0. I don't know Montana State. If you beat an FBS team, that shows you're good. And 90% go out Montana State. I'll go with them as well. Portland State versus Weber State. Portland State got killed by the Pac-2 school, one of the only Pac-12 schools, Washington. They scored decent amount of points. Weber State lost to Washington, so they both got killed by Washington teams. I'm going to go Weber State. 87% go with them as well. Yeah. Because I don't really consider Washington State or Oregon State Power 5 schools anymore, just because that's not really a conference at this point. It sucks because they do have potential to be good teams. West Georgia versus Abilene Christian. Hey, man, I know it looks like West Georgia beat Stanford. Hey, man, Abilene Christian almost beat Texas Tech. So I'm going to go Abilene Christian. 90% go Abilene Christian as well. So, yeah. Arkansas Baptist versus Arkansas Pine Bluff. Only one game. It's a shutout loss, 6-0 loss against Houston Baptist. And Arkansas Pine Bluff got shut out by Arkansas. I heard like Arkansas scored every drive. So I'm going to go Arkansas Pine Bluff, though. 93% go with them as well. That's where Teron Armstead went, I think. I don't know. I probably said that a billion times. Southern Utah versus UTEP. Southern Utah got killed by Utah last week, and then UTEP got killed by Nebraska last week. So I'm going to go with UTEP, and 94% is going to go with them. Yeah. Let's see. Northern Arizona versus Arizona. Who Arizona play? Oh, yeah. Hey, man, Arizona could be a dark horse to win the Big 12. I mean, their quarterback's good. Noah Fafita's good. 4 touchdowns. That's crazy. And Team McMillan. I heard that. Trey. I don't know his first name, but McMillan, bro, he was on the freaking Heisman watch now. Yeah, but like NAU, I know they killed Luca. That's what it says 66-6. But I think Arizona, man, they could be a dark horse. I know they've had their times where they weren't so good, but I think Arizona State will win. 92% to go with them. So, yeah. Sacramento State versus Fresno State. Sacramento State, didn't people say that they would beat San Diego State? And Fresno State lost to Michigan only by 20 points, though, so that's not terrible for being a group of 5 school, but against the reigning national champion, yeah, I'm going to go with Fresno State. 93% go with them as well. So, yeah. Now we got A&M Commerce versus UC Davis. A&M Commerce lost to San Diego State last week, and UC Davis lost to Cal. And I'm just going to go with UC Davis just because I feel like they'll have the home field advantage, I guess, and like they have a better resume at this point. Listen, I kind of want to pull for Texas A&M Commerce because they're pretty close, because they're not far from me. But like UC Davis, though, I think they're going to win. 89% go with them as well. So, yeah. Anyways, that's all the FCS matchups. That took like a long time, but who cares? Let's go through all the FBS. It's a big cupcake week, so yeah. BYU versus SMU. I mean, BYU could win it. I mean, maybe SIU. I don't know. But SMU, they've kind of had a weird start to their season, but it seems like they're good against Houston Houston Baptist. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna go with BYU. I'll actually go BYU to win this one just because I feel like SMU just they played a cupcake school last week and they almost let Nevada beat them. So what do I know? Only 34% go with them, but who knows? Listen, I want SMU to win because they're from Dallas, but like I just think BYU is gonna. Speaking of teams from my area, just got notification at the range game. So a little ACC versus Big Ten action. Duke versus Northwestern playing at their temporary stadium. Duke, man. I mean, Duke just lost so many people. I just don't know how they're going to do. Northwestern, I mean, hey, man. People are they'll either be like, 0-12. They'll be really good or really bad. I'm going to go Northwestern, though. It's pretty split, 53-47. I'm going to go Northwestern, though. I think they're going to beat them, yeah. Texas, Michigan. This is the matchup of the week, my friends. Texas killed. All right. I don't even need to go over the matchups last week. Texas, man, first year in the SEC. They made the freaking playoffs last year. So did Michigan. Michigan lost a lot of people, though, like Jim Harbaugh, J.J. McCarthy, Junior Colson. Who else did they lose? Blake Corn. They lost a lot of people. But they're still a good team. I could see them still going like 9-3 this year. Yeah, and Texas really good. I mean, they killed Colorado State last week. Anyways, for the matchup, I think it could be a close game. I think Texas will probably win by 10, if I had to guess. 58% go with Texas, but I think Texas. I know Michigan never really hasn't really lost at home in a while, but I think Texas will come in and beat them, and 58% also go with them as well. Okay, and yeah. Bowling Green versus Penn State. Bowling Green, I mean, I beat Fordham last week, and Penn State, though, I think Penn State's really good. They beat West Virginia by a good amount. There's that. I'm going to go Penn State. 89% also go Penn State as well. AKA Jack's team, of course. So, yeah. Arkansas versus Oklahoma State. I mean, Arkansas, they shut out Arkansas Pine Bluff. 70-0. The offense looked crazy good last week, although, to be fair, it's a cupcake. It was a cupcake week last week. And then Oklahoma State's really good. I mean, they beat the reigning FCS champions. Yeah, I'm going to go Oklahoma State. I think this could be a closer game than people anticipate. 61% go Oklahoma State. Yeah. Kansas State versus Tulane. Kansas State, I mean, who they play last week? Oh, yeah, Tennessee Martin. Kansas State, I mean, it's an Avery Johnson this turn. Yep. Avery Johnson, they also have, like, Giddens and Brown, of course, there. And you have Tulane, who I know they're kind of in a rebuild from what they used to be, but Tulane, I mean, they could beat them. Didn't they beat Kansas State a few years ago? Oh. Anyways, I'm going to go Kansas State to win this one. 74% go Kansas State. Yeah. Yeah, but who knows? We'll see. Kansas State is definitely a contender to win the Big 12. Yeah. Now we have a ranked Georgia Tech, 23rd ranked Georgia Tech versus Syracuse. Man, Georgia Tech, I mean, I know Florida State sucks, but Georgia Tech's looking good. I mean, who knows? They could be a dark horse to win that conference. You never know. I don't think they are. They'll probably be like an 8-4 team, but, like, who knows? Syracuse, I mean, they beat Ohio, but only by 2 scores. Yeah, anyways, I'm going to go Georgia Tech. 64% go with them as well. Yeah, I'm not saying Georgia Tech's going to win the ACC, but they'd definitely be like an 8-4 team if I had to guess. Or heck, 9-3, you never know. Yeah. Akron versus Rutgers. Hey, man, Akron was literally beating Ohio State last week at one point, and then Ohio State killed them. And then Rutgers beat Howard. I mean, Akron just loves playing these Big Ten teams. Anyways, I want to go with Rutgers. 91% also go with Rutgers. Yeah. Okay. That's the FCS matchup. I think we already predicted that, right? Yeah. Pittsburgh versus Cincinnati. Pittsburgh, I mean, what the heck, bro? Y'all let Kent State score 24 on y'all? Come on, let's say covered. And Cincinnati, a lot of people, I mean, they have really not been the same since 2021. So yeah, I'm gonna go Pitt here, and 44% go with Pitt. I know it's kind of a minority, but still, it's kind of close. So, yeah, I think Pitt wins it over Cincinnati. Troy versus Memphis. Hey, man, Troy, I get so much PTSD from Troy from that 2017 game against LSU. And heck, they can win it. But I think Memphis is just probably, they could definitely be that group of 5 school that represents this year. I go Memphis. 90% also go down as well. So, yeah. Got that. Army versus FAU. Isn't it's in their stadium called, is that called like Pitbull Stadium or something like that? Or is that FIU I'm thinking of? I don't know. Anyways, Army though, Army beat Lehigh last week. Then they, the Florida Atlantics lost a lot of games, but they had a chance against Mississippi State. So yeah, I'm actually gonna go FAU to win this one. It's 34% go with them. It's a minority, but still, it's just, man, that Army offense is, well, I don't know actually. They scored 42, but like they let the 2023 LSU defense shut them out. And LSU's defense was horrible last year. Besides Hal Perkins, yeah. Anyways, I'll go FAU. 34% go with them as well. So, it's minority, but still. Got that one, 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 got that. Oh, no. Why do I keep on thinking Northern Illinois is an FCS team? Because Northern Illinois versus Notre Dame. Northern Illinois, I mean, they won cup. They've been good for what they got. I mean, they killed WIU. But Notre Dame, I mean, they're ranked number 5 in the freaking country. So, I mean, Notre Dame, 88% go with them as well. So, yeah, they got over their biggest obstacles. So, they're probably make the playoffs at this point. Yeah, I'll go with them. 80% go with Notre Dame. Yeah. Baylor versus Utah. Oh, Utah's first in-conference matchup is a Big 12 team. Baylor, they killed Tarleton last week. And Utah killed Southern Utah last week. But Baylor, man, they have not been good since like 2021. So I'm gonna go Utah to win this one. Utah could win the conference. 79% go. That's all. So yeah. Iowa State versus Iowa, a little rivalry here. I think it's a rivalry. Yeah. I assume it is. Iowa State. I mean, their offense. I expected more out of their offense. I mean, 2 touchdowns, I guess, for Batched. Yeah. But like Illinois, but Iowa, man, I think this would be a really low scoring game if I had to guess. Like it could be like a 12-13 final score. I'm gonna go Iowa though. 75% goes Iowa as well. It seems like Iowa's offense has improved a little bit, but who knows? We'll see. Jacksonville State versus Louisville. Jacksonville State, didn't they like beat Florida State a few years ago? Yeah. But I mean they got beat down by Coastal Carolina, and Louisville killed Austin Peay last week. I'm gonna go Louisville. 94% go them. So who knows? They can win the. You never know. They can win the ACC as well. Who knows? Anyone can win the ACC at this point. Besides Florida State. Oh yeah. Michigan State. Speaking of a state college, Michigan State versus Maryland. Michigan. I mean, they barely beat FAU last week, so that kind of concerns me. I expect them to beat them more. And UConn. And Maryland beat up on UConn. I'm going to go Maryland to win this one. And 61% go Maryland as well. So, yeah. Charlotte versus North Carolina. Little in-state matchup. Charlotte got beat down by JMU last week. But North Carolina barely beat Minnesota. I know they lost Max Johnson due to an unfortunate injury. But hopefully he gets better soon. I know he's not going to be able to return for the season. I'll go North Carolina. 92% go as well. I think that's probably like their cupcake win of the year, and then they're probably gonna fall off after that, I guess. Unfortunately, it sucks for North Carolina though. I already get that one. Got that one. Oh, UMass versus Toledo. Isn't UMass joining the MAC next year? Because they're independent right now. UMass. I mean, they lost to East Michigan to beat Disquisson. I'm gonna go with Toledo. 91% got them as well. That's a big margin, yeah. Eastern Michigan versus Washington. That's where Washington's going to look like Washington's playing all these freaking cupcake matchups the first games. Then they're going to realize that they're not that. And they're going to fall off after that. Eastern Michigan, I mean, they beat UMass. And then Washington, though, I know they're not the same as they used to be. And Will Rogers, I mean, 250 yards, only one touchdown. It's still. But Will Rogers, I guess he's a former SEC quarterback. So yeah, I would go Washington. 91% go out them as well. But Washington will probably fall off after that. Kind of guess, yeah. But how much was that? Yeah, Washington, 91% go with them. I go with Washington as well. South Carolina versus Kentucky, a little SEC and conference matchup first time this year. South Carolina, I mean, just how the heck they almost lost to Old Dominion last week. Come on, bro. I know they beat Virginia Tech, but come on, bro. You're South Carolina, weren't you? Come on, the Beamer ball, bro. Didn't y'all literally beat like Tennessee and Clemson a few years ago? Come on, bro. In Kentucky, they're like the most mid team in the freaking conference, but they're decent, I guess. I'm gonna go with Kentucky. 74% also go with them. Yeah. Yeah, I go Kentucky. 74%. Sorry, I'm just checking. California versus Auburn. Auburn, I mean, Cal beat UC Davis last week, and Auburn killed Auburn at A&M last week. I'm going to go at Auburn just because they're probably the better team at this point. Although Auburn, I know they haven't been the same in a long time. They've been very good in a long time, but I think Hugh Freeze will pull a win out of his butt somehow. 83% go with Auburn as well. Well, ACC versus SC. Come on, it's so weird. How like is County ACC? Like, bro, that is weird, bro. Anyways, Idaho. Oh yeah, I picked that one. What was it? Idaho in the FBS a long time ago. Temple Navy. I mean, Temple was booty cheeks against OU, and then Navy beat Bucknell. I'm gonna go Navy here. Temple could win. 89% go with Navy as well. Yeah. UTSA. And you know what Navy has in common with Air Force, Army, and Clemson? They never use the transfer portal. Anyways, UTSA versus Texas State, little BOA stadium match. If you know, you know. Bands of America, because they're both host comps this year. UTSA, I mean, they had good odds to. They had decent odds to make. They had actually some good odds to be that Group of 5 school that represents in the playoffs. And Texas State, what else did they do? I think, and they barely beat Lamar last week. I think, and by the way, that stadium has an upper deck. Just letting y'all know, it's not. It was false in college football 25 at one point. Yeah. I'll go UTSA. Only 43% go with that. I could definitely see Texas State winning this one because UTSA had a kind of a relatively close matchup against Kennesaw State, which is their first matchup as an FBS team. So what do I know? I'll go UTSA though. Middle Tennessee versus Ole Miss. Hey man, if you don't let score 76, that'd be a win, I guess. Because man, that was crazy. Middle Tennessee, and they beat Tennessee Tech. Oh yeah. And then Ole Miss, they killed Furman. I think they have another cupcake this week. I think Ole Miss will win this one. 92% go with them as well. Yeah. Marshall, Virginia Tech. Ugh. Marshall, I mean, I guess that's technically my university. I guess by default they're my favorite Group of 5 school because they have my name in it, and Randy Moss for there too. The heck was that? I heard a weird sound. It's like a freak. I don't even know what that was. Anyways, they killed Stony Brook last week, and then Virginia Tech lost to Vanderbilt, bro. That is crazy. Right? I'm gonna think Virginia Tech recovers this week. Virginia Tech beats Marshall, and 70% also go with them as well. I mean, come on, Virginia Tech was literally picked to win the ACC, and then they lost to Vanderbilt. I mean, Vanderbilt could be good this year, but we'll see. Pick that. Oh, wait, I haven't picked this one yet. Oh, I picked this one, yeah. Sorry, I picked the wrong one. South Alabama versus Ohio. They both lost. I mean, South Alabama lost to UNT, and Ohio lost Syracuse, but they actually did decent, I guess, against them. I'll go Ohio, 75%. Also go with them as well. So, yeah. Let me see what the sound was outside, bro. Hold up. All right. I'll check later. Anyways, got that. Okay. Central Michigan versus FIU. Okay, this is Pitbull Stadium. All right. Yeah, same dude that sings Fireball and also owns Trackhouse Racing. Anyways, Central Michigan, they killed CCSU last week, and for FIU lost to Illinois. I'm gonna go with no, Central Michigan. 77% go with them as well. So yeah. East Carolina versus Old Dominion. They both. I mean, East Carolina killed Norfolk State last week, and Old Dominion put up a really good fight against South Carolina. So I'll go Old Dominion. Really? Huh. 38% go with Old Dominion. I think they're gonna win it though. Yeah. Sam Houston versus UCF. Sam Houston, they beat Rice last week, actually by like 3 scores. And UCF killed their opponent, UNA. I think it's New Hampshire, if I'm not mistaken. It's UCF. I know they're not the same. They have been the same since really 2017, 2018. I'll go UCF. 90% go with them as well. To be fair, they were a group of 5 school back in the day. Now they're Power 4. So, yeah. South Florida versus Alabama. This is a really close matchup last year. But South Florida game actually a good fight for the most part. No, they didn't do anything in the second half, but they actually put up a good fight. I mean, if their defense is the way they were last year against Alabama and they improve on their offense, you never know. I would love to see South Florida upset Alabama. That'd be hilarious. But I think this is a more complete Alabama team. Like Joe Moreau's in a better spot than he was last year. I'll go Alabama, but watch out for South Florida. 86% go with Alabama. So, yeah. That was an eerily close matchup the last year. Buffalo versus Missouri. Buffalo, I know they beat Lafayette last week, but Missouri, bro, they could make the playoffs this year. Then they beat Ohio State last year. So I'm going to go Missouri. 90% also go Missouri. They haven't lost the games. They lost to Georgia. They only lost 2 games last year. The only 2 teams they lost to last year was Georgia and Georgia and LSU. Go Tigers. I guess me and Wolfie can relate. I guess we can both slant on Missouri for beating them last year. Anyways, Kansas versus Illinois. What the heck is that noise? Bro, might just be a TV. Sorry, man. Alright, anyways, I don't know if y'all hear it, but Kansas looks really good. They can win the Big 12. I mean, they beat Jay. I can't tell what that says. But man, they're really good. I mean, Jay Daniels the 69th is not I mean, he might have not started the whole time, but like stats aren't as good as I thought they were, but like who knows? But Kansas though, I mean Illinois, I mean they were kind of mid last couple of years, but who knows? I'll go Kansas. 66% also go with them. Yeah. Virginia versus Wake Forest. Virginia, no ACC action by the way. Virginia beat Richmond last week. They're in the same opponent, and Wake Forest also beat in-state opponent. Both FCS teams as well. But I think Wake Forest is going to win it. 67% also go Wake Forest. Yeah. Moving on. Didn't they win the ACC a few years ago? I don't know. I probably asked that same question in a different video. Tulsa versus Arkansas State. Hey man, Tulsa beat down against Northwestern State, and Arkansas almost lost to Central Arkansas. Arkansas State almost lost to Central Arkansas. I'm gonna go with Arkansas. No wait, I'm gonna go with Tulsa to win this one. 56% go with it. It's pretty close, but who knows? We'll see. Anyways, Georgia Southern versus Nevada. Georgia Southern, I mean, didn't they beat who they beat 2 years ago? A few years ago, I forgot. I mean, they've lost a lot of games lately, but there's Nevada almost beat SMU. They beat Troy. I'll go Nevada. 73% also go Nevada. So, Cal Poly versus Stanford. Oh, yeah, I already picked that. I should know my FCS teams right now because I play too much college football 25 to know who's in the game, who's not. Anyway, San Jose State versus Air Force. San Jose State, I mean, they beat Sacramento State and Air Force beat Merrimack. So I'm gonna go Air Force. I think they both had similar matches last week. I guess I'll go Air Force just because they're at home. I guess, and 80% let's go Air Force. Weren't they undefeated at one point last year or 2 years ago? Like for a while. Or I already picked that. God dang, I keep on repeating. UAB versus LA Monroe. UAB, I mean, they beat Alcorn State and Louisiana Monroe beat Jackson State. I mean, who knows? I think I'm actually going to pick UAB to win this one. 81% go with this, yeah. Who knows? LA Monroe can win and go at home. We'll see. All right, Louisiana versus Kennesaw State. Louisiana beat Grambling last week, but they haven't really beat any FBS teams. And Kennesaw State actually put up a decent fight against UTSA in their first game as a FBS team. I'm actually gonna go with Kennesaw State to win this one. I know it's kind of I know I'm in a minority, 13%, but hey, Kennesaw State's got to win at some point. I'll go Kennesaw State to win this one. I think they'll get their first win as an FBS team. 13% got them as well. So yeah. Western Michigan versus Ohio State. Western Michigan, I mean, they're playing Wisconsin and Ohio State. That's a lot of freaking Big Ten schools in Ohio. State was losing to Akron 1 point, but then they covered against them after that. I'll go Ohio. 90% to go with Ohio State. Ohio State. 90% to go with them as well. So, I mean, they got so many good players on their team. Tennessee versus NC State. I mean, Tennessee, I don't know how NC State's still ranked. They did not. Well, actually, I guess. Well, I don't know about that. Sorry, I was thinking of something else, but they both beat FCS teams. Although NC State didn't beat them as much. I'm gonna go to Tennessee here. I think they could kill them, honestly. Bank of America Stadium. I didn't know they played there. Or that might be a neutral matchup. Anyways, 75% go Tennessee. I'm gonna go Tennessee to win this one. Colorado versus Nebraska. I mean, I saw this last year. I mean, Colorado, they're good. Well, actually, they got Travis Hunter and Short Sanders, but that's not that. Then, but Nebraska's got Dylan Raiola and all that, so it'll be good. I'm actually going to Nebraska win this one. I know Colorado beat them last year, but I'm going to go Nebraska. 62% let's go Nebraska. So, yeah. Nebraska, I think, will get a bowl game this year. Yeah. Oh, hey. Oh, we got Big 12 teams matched up against each other. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's kind of ironic how OU's playing a Big 12 team after they lead the Big 12. Yeah. New Big 12 team, Houston versus old Big 12 team, Oklahoma, who's now in the SEC, of course. OU covered against Temple last weekend. Houston lost to UNLV, bro. Come on. I'm going to go with Oklahoma, and 87% go with them as well. Just Houston, I mean, they just had that's not a good sign. You lose, I mean, UNLV's good, but still. Oh, yeah, I go OU, 87% go with them as well. App State versus Clemson. Okay, I have a really, really weird feeling about this. App State has a history of upsetting Power 5/Power 4 teams. And the way Clemson played last week was not very. I know it was Georgia, but still, they should have scored. They should have made it competitive. But I have a really, really weird feeling because, people like Dabo Swinney, is he really the guy anymore? He's not using the transfer portal or anything. I have a really, really weird feeling. And I'm going to say it. I think App State beats Clemson. I think it's going to be an upset. They have a history. They beat Michigan back in 2007 when they were an FCS team. So 07, 06, one of those years. And they beat A&M a few years ago. No, A&M's really bad here, but still. I'm going to App State. I think they're going to win this game. I know I'm in the minority, 25%. That's actually a lot more than I thought, but I just have a really weird feeling they're going to beat them. Yeah, who knows? But yeah, I have a really weird feeling App State's going to beat Clemson. Yeah. They have a history, so yeah, of upsetting teams. Boise State versus Oregon. Oh, man, the way Oregon played last week concerns me, bro. I mean, that's the matchup you put against Idaho, come on, bro. The FCS, come on. That is the team that got kicked out of FBS a few years ago. Like, that is not a good sign. I'm sorry, that's not a good sign. But they're playing Boise State, but beat they beat Georgia Southern by 11 points. I'm gonna go Oregon, but I'm kind of sketchy about their team. I'm just to be completely honest with you. They did not look that great against Idaho, and 75% go with them. So, yeah. I'm just very sketchy about that Oregon team now. I win the Big Ten, but at this point, I don't think they are. Texas State versus Washington State. Dude, Texas Tech versus Washington State. Texas Tech almost let Abilene Christian beat them in overtime. And Washington State, man, I mean, I know they're still in the Pac-12. They're not really a Power 5 at this point anymore. At least their conference isn't. But Washington State, I think they still got something to tank. I'm going to go Washington State here. And it's pretty split. That's actually what I predicted to be. I thought it's going to be 56-44. Washington State, I think they're going to win it. 56% go. It's just the way Texas Tech showed against Abilene Christian was not very good. So, yeah. And I think Washington State's offense could beat up on their defense. Yeah. 56% go with Washington State. I'm going to go with them as well. I picked this one, right? Yeah. Liberty, New Mexico State. Yeah, New Mexico State. I mean, they almost let Southeastern Missouri beat them. Liberty's got an easy game. Liberty was the group of 5 school that played the University of Football game. They got killed, but still. Liberty could be that team that makes the playoffs because they're group of 5. Yeah. Even though I don't want to see that happen. Nothing against Liberty. It's just they had a terrible showing against Oregon. Anyways, I'm going to go Liberty. 70% go with them. Yeah, although they'd be pretty goated if New Mexico State beat them. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Mississippi State versus Arizona State. Mississippi State, I mean, they love playing these late night games. They did against Arizona. Mississippi State, I mean, it's just they lost Will Rogers. They've been through a lot, honestly, and it's not really their fault. It's not all their fault. I mean, losing Mike Leach was tragic. Rest in peace. That really hurt their organization, unfortunately. Arizona State is a Big 12 school now, but they beat Miami last week. But I don't know, bro. This will be a close match. I'm gonna go with Arizona State to win this one. It's only 45%, 55%, but I don't know. We'll see. Arizona State, I think, will win it. Just that Mississippi State team's kind of in rebuild at this point. Yeah. Oregon State versus San Diego State. Oregon State, I mean, hey man, they did good against State last week, and then San Diego State beat A&M Commerce last week. Oregon State, I know, just like Washington, I know they're not a Power 5 school anymore, really, because Pac-12 lost its power stats. They're still in there for some reason. Yeah. But San Diego State can win it, but I think Oregon State's going to win it. Nice. 69% go with Oregon State. Yeah. But I can definitely see San Diego State win that. Last but not least, oh my God. Utah State versus USC. Utah State, yeah, I know that crazy interception happened. I know they threw that crazy interception to Robert Morris. But, they beat Robert Morris last week, and USC comes out on top against LSU in a very good game. I'm going to go USC. I mean, I thought they're way better than I thought. So, yeah, 87% go with them. So, yeah, that defense has really improved. I had to learn that the hard way, unfortunately. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's going to do it for Week 2 predictions. Long video, but who gives a crap? Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe. Have a nice day, and goodbye. See you on the next one. Peace.